When we focus on deterrence, we teach classes on deterrence. It was especially true of nuclear deterrence when I was young. We tend to focus on the military variable. What are the costs and benefits of using military force? Can we do this? Can we do that? You know, if we launch the Schlieffen Plan, will it work? If we do this, will it work or not work? How costly will it be? When you look at deterrence, you not only have to look at the military variable, you have to look at the political variable. Because countries go to war for political reasons. They're powerful political reasons that push countries to war. And then the question is, do the military capabilities, when you look at the balance of power between the attacker and the defender, do the military capabilities of the two sides allow you, the aggressor, to think that you can achieve your success? Okay? We have two very famous cases in the historical record where countries went to war thinking they were going to lose. But they went to war because they thought that the status quo, the political status quo, was completely unacceptable. And therefore, they were willing to take a leap in the dark. In both cases, and I'll lay them out for you in a second, in both cases, they thought there was some small chance they would succeed, they would win. But they thought in all likelihood they would lose. But nevertheless, they went to war because the value of peace, continued peace, was so low, the incentives to go. And the two cases are the Egyptians in 1973 when they attacked the Israelis, and the Japanese in 1941 when they attacked the United States at Pearl Harbor. The Egyptians in 1973 had no illusions that this was really a case of Bambi going up against Godzilla, and the Egyptians were not Godzilla, they were Bambi, right? One of the reasons the Israelis got caught with their pants down in 1973, and even when the Israelis finally figured out the Egyptians were coming, were slow to mobilize the IDF, the ground forces, was because the IDF couldn't believe, the Israeli leaders couldn't believe that the Egyptians would attack because the balance of power was so unfavorable to them. The reason the Egyptians attacked was they were desperate, right? And the same thing is true with regard to Pearl Harbor. Bruce Russett, Scott Sagan, and others have written on this. I used to think when I was young that the Japanese were irrational, but they show you they were not irrational. The value of peace was so low, they were willing to leap into the dark, okay? I only raise these two examples to tell you that there could be cases in the future where countries that are armed with nuclear weapons are desperately scared. You say to yourself, but why should they be scared, John? They have nuclear weapons. They're the ultimate deterrent. You know, it's funny. I would think that that's the way they would think, but they don't think that way. It's interesting. You go to a place like Israel, you talk to the leaders there, people in the national security community, about how they think about their security. They do not have a profound sense that we have nuclear weapons, we have the ultimate deterrent, therefore we don't really have to worry very much about our survival. You go to Moscow today, you talk to Putin and his lieutenants, right? What you discover is that they are scared. I say to them, what are you scared? You got nuclear weapons. I've never seen a country on the planet that has nuclear weapons that disappeared. They don't want to hear that argument, right? They're scared. So you get a country like Russia that's really scared, and you get in their face, and you start threatening them, don't be surprised if this is Pearl Harbor or the Yom Kippur War all over.